Some people don't just live in the world. They feel it. The light, the noise, the tone of someone's voice. It all sinks in a little deeper. Where others hear background sound, they hear a story unfolding. Where others see a glance, they see a sentence left unsaid. They notice the sigh between words, the pause before the truth, the way someone's smile trembles for half a second. They sense the tension before it has a name. And sometimes, it's too much, because while others move on, they stay there, replaying, absorbing, wondering what it meant. It's not about being dramatic. It's about being tuned differently, to a frequency others no longer notice. They tell themselves, I'm overthinking again. But what if it's not overthinking? What if it's just feeling more, seeing what others miss, hearing what others mute, carrying what others drop? You've probably been told, you're too sensitive, and maybe you believed it, because the world says that like it's a flaw. But sensitivity isn't weakness. It's awareness. It's what makes you stop when others rush. It's what lets you hear what's not being said. You notice pain before it turns into anger. Sadness before it turns into silence. You sense when something is off, even when no one else does. You read the room like weather. You predict storms others walk straight into. You absorb what others deflect. And when they tell you, don't take it so personally, you want to answer, I can't help it, I am a person. That's not something to fix. That's something to honor. Still, it's not easy. Feeling everything means carrying more than most. A tone can stay with you for days. A careless word can echo all week. Even joy burns bright, but sometimes too bright to hold for long. You get tired faster, not because you're weak, but because your heart never stays on the surface. You dive where others float. You care when others detach. You listen when others avoid. You replay moments not because you want to, but because they replay themselves. And when the world keeps shouting, move on, you quietly whisper, I'm still feeling it. That whisper doesn't make you slow. It makes you real. And yes, it hurts. But it's also what makes you alive. Maybe you've tried to toughen up, to stop caring so much, to be normal. You practiced being indifferent. You learned to smile when it hurts. You built walls. You forced yourself to ignore. But each time you numb yourself, something essential fades. Your ability to notice beauty, to be moved, to be touched by small things. The world doesn't need more people who don't feel. It needs people who still do. Your sensitivity isn't the problem. The pace of the world is. You're not too much. You're responding appropriately to a world that forgot how to slow down. So instead of dimming your light, learn how to protect it. Build quieter spaces. Choose gentler people. Let your peace become your boundary. And when you start to think you're falling behind, remember, you're not slow. You're just deep. And depth takes time. The truth is, the way you feel is not a mistake. It's a language. A way your body and soul translate the world. You read life in textures, in pauses, in tones. You understand what can't be spoken. You find meaning in what others rush past. You see patterns in silence, connections in coincidence, truth in trembling voices. And yes, sometimes it breaks you open. But from that opening, you see beauty others miss. You see how sadness and light coexist, how endings make room for beginnings, how sensitivity is not fragility, but precision. The ability to notice life before it disappears. You feel the sadness in things, but also the light that hides inside it. You see how fragile everything is. And that's what makes you gentle. Gentleness isn't the absence of strength. It's the form strength takes. when it has learned how to care. There will be days when you wish you didn't feel so much. Days when the noise is too loud, and the world too fast. When people call your softness a problem, and your boundaries an attitude. On those days, breathe. Step outside the noise. Find something still. A tree, a window, a single beam of light. Let it remind you that you don't have to harden to survive. You only have to stay connected to what's real. Let the world rush. You can move slower. Let it shout. You can stay quiet. Let it demand constant doing. You can choose being. So don't let the world shame you for feeling deeply. That depth is not your burden. It's your gift. Because people like you remind the rest of us what it means to be human. You are the pause in a noisy world. The soft light that makes harsh days bearable. The listener who understands what was never said. The calm that lets others breathe again. You are proof that even in a restless world, there are souls who still feel everything, and still choose to stay open. You were never too sensitive. You were always just fully alive.